So he comes back this morning. He says, yeah, they said it's, that's fairly common. Here's the oil that you need to put in the car. He sends me a picture of the professional grade oil that they use at the BMW service center. I don't have access to that oil. So now, I have to go and buy castor oil myself. And my issue with that is not the military sales at this point. It's with BMW. If you know that these cars burn oil like that, then I think I should be given at least, at a minimum, 2 oil changes a year. Because basically, if I'm adding 2 quarts of oil every 2,500 miles, I'm doing an oil change myself without changing the filter. And I'm spending money out of my pocket, and I thought it was supposed to be maintenance free for the first 4 years, to some extent. I get throwing a quart of oil in there every once in a while. But, I mean, again, I went 2,500 miles, so I'm going to make the assumption that 5,000 miles, I'm going to have to throw 2 more quarts of oil in here. And, oh, by the way, I don't know what oil they started the car off with, so there's a pretty good chance I'm going to be mixing oil, because I either got to drive 2 hours away to the BMW service desk on, 6 quarts of oil at this point, or lesser than what's supposed to be in there, or I can go down here to the service center that we have locally for American cars, which is about as big as a 10 by 12 dining room, and just hope that they have anything in there that's castor oil 530 or better, and I'm gonna pour it in this car. And I'm pretty sure, what they use in this car in the service centers, it's probably the BMW professional grade castor oil, which I don't have access to. So I say that again because you need to know that if you're going to stay out here with the military sales program, this is my issue that I have right now. And again, I think that's, I think that's, if this is a common issue with the 5 and the 7 Series, as it was explained to me by my sales rep, then I think BMW should do something about that. I shouldn't be riding around in a car that costs this much with quarts of oil in the back. I just think that's weird. That's old 1980s, 1990s, American V8 methods right there. But I get it. You still have to do it. But I just wanted you guys to know about the military sales, all right, just give you some insight on the military sales component out here. These are some of the things that you'll have to deal with. I wasn't going to do this video. When I first had the issue back in 18 May, I was so pissed. I mean, I had about 30 minutes of video content, just me rambling on and whining and all this stuff about, how could the car this much, break down in less than 30 days? It just destroyed our confidence. And I'll tell you, I sat on that video content, and I'm glad I did because I was pissed. It just would have sounded like I was just bashing the car. I do like the car. I think it's nice. But I'll tell you, at this point, I have lost confidence in the car itself. But I'll put that in my my overview, or my users rating video of this car that I'll do probably in the next week or so. But this video is supposed to be strictly about the military sales component for those who are looking at buying a car via military sales and keeping it here in South Korea. So that's it for me. I've looked at the user's manual. I got the recommended oil. I know where I can put the oil. I can't find the dipstick to check it, so I'm just gonna go with what the car says. It says add 2 quarts of oil. You don't see the yellow triangle here right now, but the yellow triangle has been here throughout the night. I just cut this car on, so the engine oil is cool. I'm not driving the car right now, but I suspect in a mile or two the light will come on. I may cut the camera back on and take a picture just to show you. And then to end on a positive note, again, I do like the car. I do appreciate the military sales program that BMW offers out here. In no way am I saying, it's not worth it. I'm definitely not saying that. But I am saying that you need to, or I am doing this so you can have an idea on what to expect. I'm not saying that the system is broken, but I am saying that you need to have some expectation management, especially if you've owned luxury cars in the past. If you've never owned a luxury car, then maybe you don't know what to expect and anything is fine. But if you have anything to compare it to, it probably won't be up to par. And that's if you have a problem. I've had problems that I call it. And maybe some of you out there probably wouldn't consider adding oil a problem. I do. Just because of my frame of reference, I consider that a problem because I got to go and buy, multiple quarts of oil now because this car is probably going to be burning oil, throughout the year. And I just didn't, that wasn't perceived that I'd be riding around with quarts of oil. So again, close out on a positive note. Thank you, BMW. And for those of you that are looking at buying a car from Military Sales, it's worth it. If you're able to do it, I still would say it's worth it. All right, there's a change of plans. I went to the service center that we have here, and they don't have the oil weight that I need, so I'm actually going to drive to a BMW service center, BMW Korea service center that I Googled. There's one that's about an hour away. I'm going to drive up there and buy the professional grade engine oil that they use at the service center. And it costs, just for you guys to know, they quoted me at about 16,000 won per liter. So that's, it's about $16 a liter or $16 a quart, if you will. So just so you know. And I'm going to buy the 2 quarts that I need to add, and then I'm going to buy some to keep in the trunk.